try to make book hauls only when I have a pile of new books on my desk that need to get put away because I bought too many. Usually that's once a month. Well, it's not the case this month, so let's just get right into this awesome book haul. Edgar Ice Bros, The Land That Time Forgot. I'd never seen this before. Of course, it's an awesome book club edition, and I just thought it was really interesting. Also, it's a little baby trilogy. Look at that. This should be fun. I like reading Edgar Ice Bros. It's a nice palate cleanser. It's just plain fun. Like, you just enjoy reading them. You go for the adventure, and then you're done. It's great. This next one, I bought it, and then I immediately read it. Jack of Shadows by Roger Zelazny. This book is very, very good. It is also very short. You may sense a pattern with some of these books. It's like 184 pages or something. Now, this one I picked up thanks to Steve Donahue, who was just talking about these books, and I owned a couple of them, and I really, really want to find more. I think they're just such a good bang for your buck. We got Max Brand. Look at that cowboy. The cool thing about this is 5 freaking books. Another great thing, these came out before you had to have UPCs on books, which means that Half Price Books doesn't know how to price them because they can't scan them. I got this for $3.50. It's amazing. Nice durable hardcover, 5 interesting westerns. I will definitely be reading that, or at least a couple of the stories in it, during June on the Range. This is very cool. The Other in the Mirror by Philip Jose Farmer. I love his Riverworld series. I know a lot of people don't like that series, but it's really weird and it's really fun. The last book and a half, I don't know if I would recommend anyone read them, but the first 2 are great. I mean, Mark Twain is one of the protagonists in one of those books. It's crazy. But this one is The Other in the Mirror, and it's a Subterranean Press edition. And this is another one of those things I picked up because A, it's a hardcover, B, it's a rare book, which is just always fun, and then C, it's 3 books in one. My book collection is already out of control, so if I can get 3 interesting books from a writer in one big tome that's going to last a long time, I'm going to do it. Also, it's already in a Bro Dart. You got to buy books that are already in a Bro Dart. Makes your life way easier. Then you don't have to stress out about going on the website and being like, do I need just to fold 3s? Do I need these other ones? I don't know what size I'm supposed to buy. I'm just completely crippled by analysis paralysis when it comes to getting covers for my books. I should definitely fix that though. These next 2 I got as a duo, Worlds and Worlds Apart by Joe Haldeman. I love Joe Haldeman. And The Forever War, All My Sins Remembered, Forever Peace. They're just all fantastic. I haven't picked up a book of his that I didn't enjoy, so I definitely wanted to get those. And it's a trilogy though, and what's cool is these are both first edition, first printings. Now I need to find a 3rd book in a first edition, first printing hardcover. So that'll be fun. By the way, I'm saving something really cool for the end, and it's a problem I have that you might have noticed by now watching these videos. I am a very big fan of Gene Wolfe. The Book of the New Sun is fantastic, even though I haven't read the last book because the other 3 broke my brain, and I convinced myself I'd read the 4th one, but I hadn't. So I got to get back to that. And I read The Knight from the Wizard Knight duology, and I never moved on to the Wizard because the Knight also broke my brain, because it seems like that's what Gene Wolfe is trying to do to his readers. But anyways, I was at Recycled Books and I found a very cool book by Gene Wolfe that I'd never seen before, An Evil Guest. In the description, it says 1930s Lovecraftian horror mixed with a detective noir. And I was like, sold, dude, say no more. And this is a first edition, first printing, so I was happy to pick this up. I don't know if it has good reviews or not. And I'm honestly to the point now in my reading journey that I don't look at reviews before I read books. Speaking of a book where I didn't look at reviews, because it just sounded cool, H. Beam Piper, Federation. H. Beam Piper created the Fuzzies, which John Scalzi ended up writing a book called Fuzzy Nation, and that was based on H. Beam Piper's Little Fuzzies. He got permission from the H. Beam Piper estate to write that book. This has to do with, so this is part of the Fuzzies Universe, the ultimate source of Piper's future history. That term future history I find really interesting because Glenn Cook uses the same thing to talk about his science fiction, and it makes sense when you think about it. These people are writing a realistic future that moves on from present day. I know it's technically hard sci-fi or whatever, but I think future history is a good way of summing up a lot of these books. I've heard people don't like the term sci-fi, which I find really weird because it's just science fiction shortened. I don't understand. Is it just some weird Grognardian pedantry that I don't understand? But anyways, this looked cool. I have no idea what it's about other than what it says on the back, and it seemed interesting. It's got these badass looking mercenary dudes on the front, so that pretty much sold me. Also, it's like a really cool sized paperback. So I got a couple of other books for June on the Range, which I don't even know if they'll make it to June on the Range because I just like Westerns. I have been dabbling in Westerns because the Westerns I have read have been fun, and more I'm to the point where I want to have fun reading books. I want to read really good books that are just a joy to read, and it seems like a lot of Westerns fit that bill. I'm in a Discord group with Howard Andrew Jones, who wrote the Hanavar novels, and he was talking about how he was late to Westerns because he was a dyed-in-the-wool sword and sorcery fan, and so he got to them later in life and realized they're written just like sword and sorcery books. They've got the same protagonists and antagonists and kind of the same pacing and stuff. It's just that you're taking the swords and the sorcery and you're replacing them with 6 guns and spurs. That alone really intrigued me on getting into Westerns more than I already had. And I'd read Flint by Louis L'Amour, and it's a really entertaining book. Like, it's got a lot of the generic tropes in it because it's a freaking Western, but I really liked it. And so he made a list of his favorite Westerns that he'd read so far after taking a deep dive into it. And I picked them up because I found them for a decent price. We've got Last Stand at Papago Wells and Hondo by Louis L'Amour in these fancy Louis L'Amour collection editions. I see these everywhere and they just look so cool. They're so classy. I think over time, I'll slowly keep picking them up. I'm not going to buy a big bundle of them or anything. And yeah, these two he recommended, and they happened to be at Recycle Books while I was there. So I picked them up. Yeah, those won't make it to June on the Range, I don't think. I'm going to read those sooner than later. Let's see why. Oh, one of them's 132 pages. Yeah, that's a short little adventure. That'd be fun. Sit down for an hour or two. For me, a little over 2 hours. I figured out recently I am a bit of a slow reader. I had no idea because I crush books. And then I'm like, oh wait, those are audiobooks because I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I've been spending a lot more time lately, like eyes on paper, and it hasn't been discouraging that I'm a slow reader. And I feel like I'm getting a little faster as I kind of get more reps back in because I used to read really fast, but you know, life just got in the way of sitting down for 7 hours and reading. So those muscles have atrophied. So we're working them back up. The thing I saved till the end that is, yes, an obvious problem I have, because in another video I said the book was so nice I bought it twice. Well, the book is still so nice I bought it twice. Yes, these are 2 more copies of Lord of Light. I understand that some people may think I have a problem, but you're the one with a problem thinking I have a problem. My wife found this one and handed it to me, which meant I had permission to buy it. It's a better copy of the book club edition with the original dust jacket art. So yeah, this is a book club edition, but it looks just like the real first editions, but it doesn't cost thousands of dollars. And then this one just has the most beautiful art I have seen on a Lord of Light cover. So I had to own it. It's just so pretty. Yeah, those are my books that I hauled in the last few weeks. Normally I wouldn't have this much, but just on a whim, we went to my local half-price books. They had this, and they didn't know what kind of price to put on it because it doesn't have a barcode. I really can't stand the dumbing down that has happened at half-price books. And I don't know about the rest of you, but at my half-price books locally, the quality of books has plummeted. I mean, like, there are some real turds there. And they are way expensive. Like half-price books is like a misnomer at this point. But anyways, I picked up 2 good things there. I picked up Lord of Light. I picked up that Max Brand collection for $3.50. Still can't believe I only paid $3.50 for it. But yeah, maybe I've just been spoiled by recycled books. I've got other book haul videos if you want to look at a bunch of book hauls. I try when I'm making them to go beyond just look what I used my disposable income on. I try to talk about why I got them or the history of the books or give a little advice and stuff like that. And if you enjoy that, you can definitely check that out. If you don't enjoy that, I have other playlists of book reviews. I have Appendix N playlists. You can always check my other stuff. I usually average like 1 book haul a month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.